Hey, it's me again. I'd like to share a couple of new things that I got last week. I haven't had time to share them with you until now. I bought both of these at a flea market. I'm sorry, an antique store, a flea market. I go to so many places looking for razors, I get confused sometimes with it. But an antique store here, uh, one of them paid $8 for, and the other I paid 7 for. But the first, it's just a long comb new. It's gold plated. The gold was all intact. It was tarnished, and uh, I took it and polished it up. You're not supposed to. I used mother's mag polish on it. You're not supposed to use polish on it because it takes the coating off that protects the gold plate, and gold plating is thin because gold is expensive, and it wears off really quickly. But basically, what I did was I just cleaned it up, and then I put a couple of layers of lacquer back on top of the gold, which is what the protective coating was to start with. It was a couple of coats of lacquer. It's dipped in lacquer before they uh, assemble the razor. And I've loaded in it a crystal super platinum. I think these are the same thing as the Persona Blues, Labs, or whatever people call them. The package looks awful similar. I got the crystals from Clint Alsmus off the Shave Nook. Thanks, Clint. And then I got it. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it's there we go. Ever Ready Pure Badger 500 PBT. It's a old Badger brush, but the knot's in real good shape. And so for $7, yeah, I bought it real quick. So we're using Stirling Sandalwood this week. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to take this brush and get it getting wet. This brush doesn't have a ton of backbone. It's a Pure Badger shave brush, and the loft is fairly high on it, so it doesn't have tons of backbone. But I like it. It splays really well. Matter of fact, you can't really see it because of all the soap and all, but I mean, that's covering the whole puck, the brush is. And so, and I know that guys like their Super Badgers and two bands and silver tips and all. I've never tried a silver tip, so I don't know technically what I'm missing. But I've gotten to a point where I like Pure Badger. I like the scritch. Now keep in mind that I don't face lather. I bowl lather. Now, if I face lathered, I probably wouldn't like to scritch as much because it would probably irritate my face over much. But for a bowl lather, I like Pure Badger. I like the little bit of scritch that the Badger gives. And mold, so I switch hands. Hands get a little tired sometimes making lather this way, but I would rather. And this brush is not as ergonomic as my Smoke or even my Vander Hagen board, for that matter. So let's lather up. But like I say, I really like the boar brushes. I'm sorry, the Pure Badger. I like to scratch and brush, and they're just really cool. I like the look of the darker hairs, like on my Simply Beautiful Pure Badger. It's got that dark badger hair. Love that. Just really nice looking. Different contrast from my boars. So, never used this razor before, but on the forums, there's a lot of people that consider this particular razor new to be Gillette's best razor, the best design that Gillette came out with for a double-edged razor. I don't know. I know that I've wanted to try a long comb, an open comb razor for a long time. This is definitely a bit different experience. From my safety bar razors. You can feel the blade a lot more, or maybe just a little differently. I know that I can feel the blade pretty well on my Maggard MR6, and I don't think this is anywhere near as aggressive as that razor is, actually. That razor is not very aggressive, but it's more so than my lady Gillette. But even though I can feel the blade well on this razor, the feel of the razor itself, the way it's presented to my face, there's no real aggression to the razor whatsoever. It's a nice, smooth shave, which I tend to like an awful lot. Not bad. But it's not something that would make me sort of be afraid that it was going to cut me or nick me up or anything of that sort. Not something that says super aggressive. One thing I like about it is that even though I get quite a bit of So in the comb, I can still feel the razor cutting. I like that really well. I've had people comment that the razor was light. I've seen several posts on quite a few of the forums. It's how can I add weight to my new handle? This razor's a decent weight. I don't really consider it light. It's not a heavyweight by any means, but I wouldn't call it a lightweight razor. Maybe medium. Maybe medium weight, middle weight, something like that. To me, it's a well-balanced razor. The weight of the head is not super heavy. The handle is not so light that it really throws the balance of the razor off. It is a little head heavy, but to me, just about right. I wouldn't want a razor that was balanced perfectly in the middle. I would want a little weight on the head because the way I shave with a DE, I don't use any pressure whatsoever. I rely on the weight of the head to give me enough weight to shave with. If the head's really light or the balance of the razor is back toward the handle too much, then I don't, the razor becomes so mild that it's difficult to use. So to me, that's, aside from deciding whether or not it weighs enough, which to me it weighs fine, the balance of the weight is in the right place on that razor. And lovely lather. Love this little brush. So the balance is really good. And I think it's a well-designed razor. I don't think that of the razors that I have, the design that is closest to maybe what a new razor might be designed is the Maggard MR6. It's kind of like D89 or Mueller. Or Mercury, I can't remember which clone. I think it's Mercury. Anyway, it's an 89 clone, basically, the head of the Maggard, except I think with just a bit more aggression. And it's a wonderful razor. But if if the design of it is anything near what the newer razors offer, then I don't see any improvement at all from this razor to those. There's nothing negative except maybe you could argue they're made out of different materials. That's an ongoing argument on the forums. Some people care, some people don't. I really don't give a flying hoot as long as the razor shaves well. But just my point of view, this razor's, I think, made in the 30s. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's got a patent date of 1920 on it. But I know they went on into the 30s. That's the only patent number on this razor, by the way. But I know they went into the 30s. I don't know a lot. That's a wonderful shave. I am going to do a tiny bit of touch up right along the leading edge of my chin. And of course, right up under here. That one's not bad at all. But right up under here, which is my trouble spots, and I'm going to do a bit of touch up there and along the leading edge of my chin. But it seems to shave rather well. Beautiful. It seems to shave really, really well. I did do a touch-up pass, but a lot of times I would just ignore that. But that razor is shaving so mild that I pretty much knew that I could get away with a cleanup pass and not have to worry about irritation. So that's a wonderful razor. Let me see what we got. I think I'm going to go with my old buddy Aqua Velva Ice Blue. So I see what all the love for that razor is all about, because I can tell you right now, I'm really glad I found that razor. That's a really nice shaver. It's really well balanced. It's well made. It shaves wonderfully. It cost me $8. That just blows my mind. That I mean, I got a straight razor that I use that cost me a whole $1. That blows me away too. But wonderful razor. I now can say I'm a member of the clan of new owners. And my first open comb. And I love the razor. So thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed spending a little time with me and sharing the shave with me. The Stirling is rolling on. Right now, Just a small comment on it. I'm digging the Sandalwood. So God bless you, and I'll see you on the forums and the big shave.